For today's headlines, Bong Go will be an able president. According to Pimentel, disloyalty allegations versus Pacman nothing but bluff. Solon pushes probe on 9 billion pesos special risk allowance disbursement. Delta variant crimps oil demand outlook, according to International Energy Agency. Isko takes Aksyon helm. World Health Organization mass testing 3 potential COVID-19 treatments. Department of Interior and Local Government warns special amelioration program violators anew. Kris Aquino and new boyfriend no longer a secret. Good morning, I am Venice Bautista and you are watching Tribune News on Q. Today is August 13, 2021, and here are the latest news of this Friday morning. Senator Christopher Bong Go is competent to become President of the Republic, Energy Secretary and ruling PDP Laban Party President Alfonso Cusi asserted on Thursday in an exclusive interview with Daily Tribune. Cusi pointed out that since Go has worked closely with President Duterte, the lawmaker has gained a firm and clear understanding of the intricacies of the government from the local government to the executive, judiciary, and the legislative. Go served as executive assistant to Duterte for more than 20 years, first when he was still the Davao City mayor and until he was elected Philippine president. Go was the special assistant to the president before he ran and won a Senate slot. Go was recently nominated as the PDP Laban standard bearer by the party's National Executive Council for the 2022 elections. The chief executive is likely to become his running mate. The endorsement, however, will be tackled by the members during the National Convention on September 8 at the San Jose del Monte Convention Center in Bulacan. The lawmaker, however, has repeatedly expressed that he has no interest in seeking a higher post. The Go-Duterte tandem for 2022, Cusi stressed, would ensure the continuity of the government's campaign against illegal drugs, crime, corruption, and terrorism. Senator Coco Pimentel on Thursday called the allegations of the Alfonso Cusi-led faction of ruling party Partido Demokratiko Pilipino Lakas ng Bayan against Senator Manny Pacquiao a bluff. Pimentel, author of the PDP Laban Constitution and who was recently ousted as the party's executive vice chair, said its bylaws should not be misconstrued as he explained that members are allowed to have dual membership both in PDP and a regional party. He pointed out that the accusations hurled at Pacquiao are only meant to distract him from his super welterweight bout against Yordenes Ugas on August 22 in Las Vegas. Earlier in the day, the Cusi-led faction of PDP Laban warned the octuple world boxing champion of possible expulsion from the party over his alleged effort to convert the People's Champ movement, his regional party, into a national political party. Meanwhile, the PDP Laban national headquarters echoed the remarks of Pimentel and said that the continued allegiance of Pacquiao to the ruling party is unquestionable. It also took a swipe against the other wing, saying that unlike the expelled members, the senator remained committed to the party and has no allegiance to any candidate who is a member of another national party. To recall, the Pacquiao-led faction ordered the expulsion of Energy Secretary Alfonso Cusi and 2 other officials in early July for violating party rules and showing allegiance to a political party apart from PDP Laban. The row between members of the ruling party sparked anew almost a month after the Cusi-led faction removed Pacquiao as party president through a National Assembly held on July 17. A party list congressman reiterated his call for an investigation into the disbursement of the 9 billion pesos special risk allowance Thursday after over 80% of the recipients, who are qualified health workers, allegedly did not receive the benefit. In an interview with Daily Tribune's Gising Na, ang probinsyano party list representative Alfredo de los Santos cited a report by the Filipino Nurses United that more than 80% of the nurses were not able to receive their special risk allowance, which distribution was mandated under the Second Bayanihan Law. De los Santos said that it is really worrisome because the Department of Health said there is indeed fund for it. This prompted him to file a resolution to conduct a probe to determine where the funds went. De los Santos recently filed House Resolution number 2102, urging the lower house to conduct an investigation in aid of legislation to determine which were the institutional and administrative impediments that allegedly prevented the timely release of the special risk allowance. De los Santos is hopeful that his fellow lawmakers will support the probe to grant medical frontliners the monetary benefit. Tribune News on Q will be back after these reminders.
This public service advisory is brought to you by Daily Tribune and 100.3 RJFM.
Oh, vaccination, isolation, gotta keep up with my nutrition, gotta maintain my body condition, then I can take my vaccination. What do I choose? What do I take? As long as it is not a fake. AstraZeneca, Moderna, BioNTech, even Sinovac, okay na. Babakuna ka ba? 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 Vaccination for the nation, no more isolation. With vaccination. Babakuna ka ba? 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 Paturok, paturok, paturok.
This public service advisory is brought to you by Daily Tribune and 100.3 RJFM.
Manong Joe po.
At Ate Maita,
Ngayong Hunyo, bahagyang tumaas ng 8 centavos per kilowatt hour ang overall electricity rates. Ito'y dahil sa dagdag singil sa WESM.
alam niyo ba, pwede kayong i-update ng Meralco sa text or sa email gaya ni Sarah G. Sisendan kayo ng advanced updates tulad ng upcoming bill details. Di na kayo kakaba-kaba sa paghihintay ng bills. At anumang mangyari sa bill, masira, mabasa, o mawala, no problem. To get updates, i-update ang inyong contact information sa Facebook Messenger, meralco.com.ph, email, hotline 16211 o Meralco Business Centers.
Handa kami makipag-ugnayan sa inyo para makapaghatid ng mas mabuti, mabilis, at pagkinhawang serbisyo.
Hanggang sa susunod na
Meralco Advisory.
We are back in Tribune News on Q. In other news, global oil demand is expected to grow slower than previously forecast this year as the spread of COVID's Delta variant has prompted lockdowns in major consuming countries, the International Energy Agency said Thursday. They also said in a monthly report the demand surged in June as mobility increased in North America and Europe, but it abruptly reversed course in July as the Delta variant undermined deliveries in China, Indonesia, and other parts of Asia. New COVID-19 restrictions imposed in several major oil-consuming countries, particularly in Asia, look set to reduce mobility and oil use. The International Energy Agency added that global output, meanwhile, is expected to rise further after the Organization of the Petroleum Exporting Countries group of major oil producers and its allies agreed to boost production. Manila Mayor Francisco Isko Moreno Domagoso is now the president of the Aksyon Demokratiko Party, raising the possibility of his presidential run on May 9, 2022. Ernest Ramel, Aksyon Demokratiko's newly elected chairperson, announced Moreno's election as party leader on Thursday, the party said. he is willing to provide him with the vehicle for his presidential bid. Ramel said they saw in Yorme someone with a clean track record, tangible accomplishments, and a vision that the party shares. Elected as top Manila executive in 2019, Moreno gained national attention due to the reforms he introduced in the city following the lackadaisical performance of former Mayor Joseph Estrada, who is also a former president. He added that they are confident that he will be able to help lead the party in its thrust to be a unifying force in an atmosphere of heavy political polarization. Ramel disclosed that prior to Moreno's membership in the party, he and Aksyon officials had agreed on so many political issues, including Manila's pandemic response, which led to his election as the party's new leader. Mayor Isko Moreno said it was an honor to be part and elected as the president of a progressive party that truly cares for the public. If Moreno decides to run for president in the 2022 national elections, Ramel said the whole party will support him definitely. In other news, the World Health Organization on Wednesday announced major international trials of 3 drugs to find out whether they improve the condition of hospitalized COVID-19 patients. Artesunate, imatinib, and infliximab will be tested on thousands of volunteer patients in more than 600 hospitals in 52 countries. WHO Director General Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus said that finding more effective and accessible therapeutics for COVID-19 patients remains a critical need. Artesunate is a treatment for severe malaria, imatinib is a drug used for certain cancers, and infliximab is a treatment for immune system disorders such as Crohn's and rheumatoid arthritis. The drugs were chosen by an independent expert panel for their potential in reducing the risk of death in hospitalized COVID-19 patients. They were donated for the trial by their manufacturers and are already being shipped out to the hospitals involved. Tribune News on Q will be back. Stay with us.
This public service advisory is brought to you by Daily Tribune and 100.3 RJFM.
Oh, vaccination, isolation. Gotta keep up with my nutrition. Gotta maintain my body condition. Then I can take my vaccination. What do I choose? What do I take? As long as it is not a fake. AstraZeneca, Moderna, BioNTech, even Sinovac, okay na. Babakuna ka ba? 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 Vaccination for the nation, no more isolation. With vaccination. Babakuna ka ba? 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 Paturok, paturok, paturok.
This public service advisory is brought to you by Daily Tribune and 100.3 RJFM.
Iba ng panahon, ang dami ng bago ngayon. Pati ang mundo natin, well, nagbago na rin. Buti ang bayan, bigger, better na. You can buy it to centers, pati sa mga parties may online pa at app. You can buy it with your fingers, still don't remittance and more. Online shopping, you can buy it all. Di magpadala, you can buy it all. Anumang pera transaction, you can buy it all.
Sabayan ang pagbabago ng mundo for all your pera transactions, all new Bayan.
You are still watching Tribune News on Q. And for our exclusive report, here is our correspondent, Vernon Velasco. Kris Aquino tried but couldn't keep under wraps the identity of the person she cryptically called special after greeting him on his birthday on August 11 in a now viral post on Instagram and Facebook. "It's not really a secret," she commented in a Facebook post on August 12, in which she thanked him for sending her a large bouquet of pink roses, his own gesture of gratitude for the birthday greet. The new special guy in the life of the celebrated TV host is Mel Sarmiento, former Department of Interior and Local Government Secretary in 2015 to 2016, the last years of President Noynoy Aquino's term. In fact, Pinoy himself casually introduced Sarmiento to her, as she recalled in her posts. Kris added that she is thankful that he wanted her to be happy, and this time she feels that the late president will approve since he's the reason they met. But what's amusing was the way Aquino tried in vain to hide Melsen and Sarmiento's identity before he himself revealed his name when he borrowed her phone to respond to a basher on her Facebook post saying to give them a little respect. And that wraps up the stories. Oh, Vernon's back. Yes, let's go, Vernon. We can
Hello.
hear you. Hi.
Hello. Game na?
Yes. Go ahead, Vernon.
Okay. The government reiterates its hardline stance against local officials who would take advantage of the social amelioration program, Interior Secretary Eduardo Anew said Friday. In the past, officials had faced criminal charges for anomalous staff distribution. Elected barangay officials, government employees, and civilian accomplices of those elected local officials, among them. Reports from the ground even have it that public officials openly and forcibly take part of the cash subsidy. Ano encouraged to report anomalies to the police or the DILG, who will pursue those cases with the help of the Department of Justice. President Rodrigo Duterte had recently approved of an additional 3.873 billion pesos for cash aid to poor families in the National Capital Region, Bataan, and Laguna, which have been placed under enhanced community quarantine until August 20. Metro Manila mayors had agreed on a simultaneous distribution of aid to some 10.7 million Filipinos. In Manila, for instance, 13,903 families have already received their 4,000 peso cash assistance as of 5 p.m. Wednesday. This is Vernon Velasco reporting for Tribune News on Q.
Thank you, Vernon. And that wraps up the stories this morning. Before we go, we would like to thank the SM Store, the Department of Tourism, Araneta Center, MG Motors, Hina Motors, Security Bank, and Overseas Community Affairs Council member Alan Lin of Republic of China for their continued support. Again, this is Venice Bautista, and you are watching Tribune News on Q. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay at home. Good morning.
Catch the latest news on our website tribune.net.ph and follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel, Tribune Now. The Daily Tribune is one with the nation in facing the COVID-19 crisis, and in line with this, the Daily Tribune digital edition and press reader is now available for free online. You can also download the Daily Tribune app on Apple Store for iOS users and Google Play for Android users to get the latest and most comprehensive news online. Daily Tribune is also inviting everyone to join its Community Viber Katribu to get updates on the freshest and hottest news and entertainment stories of the day. Tarcito emoticons are also available on our Community Viber. Just click on the link in this video to join.